Hi, I'm Canal Guy. So, I just wanted to talk about the Nintendo Switch and stuff. So I got my Nintendo Switch on 3rd of March. Did you call it on 3rd of March? On 3rd of March. Good to know. So I've had it for almost 2 months now, and it's been top cack. Just been playing some Mario Kart Deluxe. It's fun. But, you know, it's a game that's already been out for 3 years, so it's not as exciting, I guess, as a completely new game would be. What I want to talk about today is some of the games that I am going to predict are going to come to the Switch. In 6 months' time, when they get announced, I can be like, that's what I said would happen, and people think I'm some kind of soothsayer, and they'll start paying me to tell them the future, which will be pretty cool. So the first game that I think is coming to the Nintendo Switch is Smash Bros, which I know isn't the wildest statement to ever have been made. I mean, it's kind of obvious. Every console since the N64, excluding handhelds, except the 3DS, has had a Smash Bros game. My prediction for the format of the Smash Bros for Switch is the same kind of deal that we got with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I think, obviously, it'll have all the characters, including DLC, from both versions of that game. I think it'll include all the stages from the Wii U version, and some of the 3DS stages, because some of the 3DS stages are good, and it's a shame that they're not on the Wii U. So hopefully they'll be on the Switch version, if that's how they end up going with it, rather than making a new game, which I think they don't want to do because it would take too long, and they want to get a Smash Bros out as soon as possible. I then think they'd add some more characters. I think Inkling is definitely coming because people just love Inklings. I love a good Inkling as well, don't get me wrong. So I think Inklings will be in the new Smash Bros. Switch. On top of that, it's hard to say what characters they'll bring back. Ice Climbers would be nice. I think it's definitely a possibility. But who knows? Other than that, maybe Wolf, but maybe not. Star Fox Zero wasn't too popular, and that was the last Star Fox game. That's probably the same thing that people will be saying 5 years from now. So, well done, Nintendo. Good job on Star Fox Zero, making a good game. Then the one that I think there is a potential for, but it seems less likely, is say like Springman or someone from ARMS. ARMS, I think, is going to be the Switch's Splatoon. It's a cool new IP that people are going to like. So that's my ideas for Smash Bros. Switch for Switch. However that ends up coming through. Moving on, I think there will be a Metroid game. What a surprise. There hasn't been a Metroid game since okay. No, there was Metroid Prime Federation Force on the 3DS. What a game. Stellar. People love that. I haven't played it. I'm not going to play it because it doesn't look like something that much fun. To be honest, I started playing Metroid Prime 3 and played a couple of hours or so, but I guess I didn't really get into it. So I'm not too bothered about Metroid myself, but I know a lot of people really like it, and I understand why. And I think a Metroid Prime game would be the most likely thing to come on the Switch. I think that's the thing that, there's been the longest absence since, so a new Metroid Prime seems pretty reasonable as something that would come to the Switch. Okay, this one, while it might not sound that crazy, I think it's one of the ones that's less likely. It's an F-Zero game. F-Zero had its last releases on the GameCube and the Game Boy Advance, so that's the early 2000s, so it's been a long time since we've had an F-Zero game. I think it's unlikely because I think Mario Kart, particularly with having F-Zero tracks and 200cc. I think that Nintendo don't see any reason to make an F-Zero game, despite all the people that want an F-Zero game. I think it's possible. I think it would be a fine. I don't see any problem with them doing it. I just don't think that they feel there is a need to make an F-Zero game. There's also a chance for another Pikmin game, or even a remake of Pikmin 3. The reason I say that is because we've already had 2 Wii U games basically on the Switch. The Switch is I would say the 2 biggest games on the Switch right now are actually Wii U games, because they're Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I think a lot of the Switch's big games will actually be remakes of Wii U games, because the Wii U didn't reach a very wide audience, and I think Nintendo will want to try and make the most out of those games that didn't sell well because they're on the Wii U. So Pikmin 3 is one of those games that I think that they might try and rework for the Switch. I think Mario Maker will definitely come to the Switch. I am almost certain that they put it on the 3DS. I mean, I think if they're going to put it on the 3DS, they'll definitely put it on the Switch. It seems crazy not to. So you'd use the pointer while in TV mode or in tabletop mode, and then for handheld mode you could use the touch screen, like on a Wii U gamepad or on the 3DS screen. So yeah, like a Mario Maker for the Switch I think would be good. And I think they could add some new features to that as well. I think that would be a good thing. Here's a Wii U game that's already on the Switch. Lego City Undercover. I haven't got it on the Switch because I've played the hell out of it on the Wii U. I don't. Is my box broken? Lego City Undercover is a good case study for how a game that, even because this thing did have some gamepad features, but it's what? Oh, it did have some gamepad features. It's clearly possible to squash them onto here. So, yeah, that one I need to play more of. I would play more of if it was on the Switch. Like, this is the thing. I have both versions of Donkey Kong Country Returns. I have the Wii one and I have the 3DS one. Guess which one I've played more of? The 3DS one, because it's portable. Like, it's just so much more convenient to play the portable version of the game. And I think if Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Electric Boogaloo. Ooh, I dropped that. If that came to the Switch, I think I'd play it. I think I'd play it all the way. That brings me to another point about the Switch. Because this thing, there's a bit of a problem here. Because this is not a D-pad, and I like a D-pad. So, what I would suggest, and I know I'm not the first person to say this, but I think most people are thinking it, is to make an alternative left Joycon that has a D-pad instead of these directional buttons. I can see why they went with the buttons as well. I mean, the buttons were definitely the right decision for the Switch, because it means it functions as its own controller with 4 buttons, whereas the D-pad just wouldn't fit the purpose as well for that. So yeah, they did the right thing, but I think giving us the option to have a D-pad instead, for people who don't like Friends, would be nice. I picked this up, as in not bought it, picked it up out of my pile of Wii U games, because I've not played this enough. No, I've played like the tutorial and like one game beyond that. Apparently it's good, I think. So, Pokemon Tournament. And then I've also picked this up again out of my pile, not buy it. Although I did buy it, obviously. Bring in this as well as Wind Waker HD, which I do have, but I have it downloaded on the Wii U. I think bringing those to the Switch would be not too difficult, and also good. I mean, the Switch already has obviously a stellar Zelda game. It's got Breath of the Wild. They've already remastered the GameCube Zelda games in HD. I think it would be a waste to not make those versions portable as well and put them on the Switch. As far as other games I think might come to the Switch go, I think Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is possible. I think Hyrule Warriors is probably not, but maybe Hyrule Warriors. Obviously we get Fire Emblem Warriors, which I'm very excited for because I love Fire Emblem. Hyrule Warriors, again, I think it could quite easily come to the Switch. But with Fire Emblem Warriors being there, it's less likely. But then again, I feel like they could, because obviously they made Hyrule Warriors Legends for the 3DS and they added some new characters. I think if they did like a third version, like a more complete version that had all the characters from both of those games, plus some new Breath of the Wildy characters. I have this weird obsession with Rivali. So, yeah, I'm going to say that's it. You probably bored me by now. I don't think I've got anything else that's interesting to say. Yeah. Peace out. Yeah, bye. Hang on.
I'll probably just leave it running until it runs out of storage.
No.
Why not?
Because I want to record that.
It's my SD card anyway.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, we'll
It's got magic lantern on it.